Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by
Carl Delius from Torian.
Congratulations on your new album, God of Storms. How pleased are you with the finished product and the feedback from fans and media so far?
I'm very content about this. The reviews are very good. The reactions of the fans are cool, and the label works very hardly and works very good. So with the result, I'm absolutely content. Everything is cool now in these days.
So how would you best describe your music to any of our listeners who are currently unfamiliar with Torian?
I think it's fast and catchy and melodic and really powerful. It's a kind of thunderous power metal. If you like the old Running Wild stuff, the old Blind Guardian stuff mixed with the new Orden Ogan stuff, I think you will love this band, and you love the music, you love the album, yeah.
Which is your favourite track on the album today, and why?
Oh, that's really hard to describe. These are like 10 kids, so, and every kid you love the same, but no, in these days I think it's Old Friend Failure. It's the opener of the album, because I love to play it live. It's really cool to play this live, and I think it's a very good live song, and with many parts I love to play and to sing. Yes, it's Old Friend Failure, the opener of the album. I think so, yes.
Peace and on the way. years around, and all what's left is sadly. Old friend failure, been gone too long. Every time my life's perfection, you face the light. Old friend failure, welcome back home to crush the common silence. Again we stand as one. Again we stand as one.
The album artwork is really eye-catching as well. Did you guys have a lot of involvement in the actual cover?
We had the cover before, a very good cover, and then we showed it to Timo, and he says, okay, it's not bad. But I've got here Mr. Claudio Bergamin, who created the actual priest cover, and he said, and we said, okay, that's cool, and yeah, we can do this for this price together. And then he did the cover, and we were absolutely happy with his cover. And that's everything to say, because first of all, it's a great cover, and then he's the creator of the last Judas Priest album, and of course, everyone knows that the last Judas Priest album is absolutely ass-kicking. So that was the story. We were pleased. It's a kind of interpretation of the main God of Storms, and we let Claudio do all the liberty in creations, and I think he did a fantastic job. So when he showed up at first, everybody of us of the band said, "Wow, that's fucking cool!" And this is the story of the cover. There's no deeper sense in this cover. The God of Storms is a kind of power.
And of course, Seb Lieberman from one of my favourite bands, Orden Ogan, was involved with the album. Are you hopeful to get a support slot with his band sometime in the future?
Yes, but already we had a support slot for one gig, I think 2 years ago, and it really worked very good. And we always, when we play with bands like Orden Ogan, or last weekend with Civil War, or Sabaton a little bit long ago, it really works. And yes, of course, we'd like to do more of this stuff, to play the supports for bands like Orden Ogan, and you know, playing together with Orden Ogan some more times would be great. And now we're searching for the upcoming year, that we play more of these support shows, because you know, there we got the same kind of fans, and we sell a lot on especially on these concerts when we play with bands like Orden and Ogan.
I can imagine. Yeah. So what are the plans for the rest of the year and going into next year?
First of all, we make this weekend we make the second release party for the album. The first release party we played last weekend in Hamburg, which is quite 3 hours from our town, and then the coming weekend we play in our region in Bielefeld. We play the release party for the regional fans. And we really play the whole album. It's really an old school release party. You know, we play completely the album from the first to the last song. And and after that we make a kind of Christmas break. And next year little tour is confirmed. 5 slots in Eastern Europe with Crystal Vital. And now we're checking all the offers from organizers and agencies, and maybe to play next year's really big shows.
Excellent. Yeah. So what can we expect from Torian live?
Live? Oh, you get this really sweaty heavy metal old school show, you know?
Brilliant.
It's really, I think people see us as a very good live band, and I think all these songs are written to play them live, and I think it's really it's an old school metal show, headbanging and making party, and have 2 or 20 beers after the show.
How do you rate the importance of actually being seen live and meeting fans afterwards whenever possible?
It's really, really important to play live and afterwards to meet the fans and have a beer with them, and really it's absolutely essential for a band to play a lot of live gigs, especially here in Germany.
So when did you first become interested in being in a metal band?
Oh, that's really long ago. I think it's more than 20 years ago when I got my first band when I was 17. It was a thrash metal band. But we were not good. You know, we were teenagers and experimented with thrash and death metal and power metal and old school heavy metal, sometimes a little bit with hardcore and punk. And that was the idea when I was 17. Or maybe the first idea was when I was 14, when I started to play the guitar, and and later I had my first band with really metal band with the first gigs and so on. It was when I was 17. That was it. That was my first band.
This is your 4th album, so is it going to be easy to choose a set list?
It's we got to see. We had between one show after, one day after that's an interesting question, because one day after the first release party in Hamburg, we had the offer to play the support for Civil War in Bochum. It's in the middle of Germany, and so we had of course we could not play that long like the evening before, and we had to play new songs, and I think, it will be hard to choose the right songs, but I think we will play, in the majority we will play the new songs, of course, and of the Phantoms of the Past EP, which were some songs were re-recorded on the Phantoms of the Past. I think it will be a mixture of these both albums, of the God of Storms and the God of Storms EP, and I think for me it's quite easy to do this, because normally we'll play 1 hour in the gigs, and I think there will be the focus on the new songs here.
Are there hopes to try and get over to the UK?
I hope so. I'd like to, because I was last year. I was with some friends. I visited a friend in Huddersfield town, and we saw some metal pubs in the UK, in Huddersfield, in Bradford, and in Leeds. I loved it. I met some English metal fans. It was really cool to have an ale with them, and I would like to. I would like to go to the UK. Absolutely, in the pubs, and maybe we should see, because I love the culture. I love your ale. Really love your ale.
Dear.
Love it, because it's cool. Yeah. Sometimes I love it more than German beer. But the ale, it's cool. I've got no. I think the hangover is not that hard like the German beer, because we felt in the next morning we felt very well. It was cool. Could have another ale. I did love the pop culture very much. Yeah.
That's great to hear. Okay, so which 3 bands would you love to go out and tour with?
I think there's a lot, and of course Auden Ogun, because it's quite big band, and they're friends of mine. Seb is an old friend of mine, and we know that I know that the other 3 Auden Ogun members are very sympathetic, good people, also friends of mine, and I think that would be easy, and that would be a great combination between a big band and very good people, of course. And I think I could imagine maybe have a tour with Iced Earth or Blood Guardian, and maybe Battle Beast. All these bands. I think it should be a tour which have an effect on us, and that the people are cool, and I think we are quite open-minded for touring with other bands. Yeah.
Which would you say are your 2 favourite albums of all time?
Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. I think Manowar, Kings of Metal. Yeah.
Can you tell me why we should buy God of Storm?
Because in my opinion, there are 10 very good songs. There's no bad song on this, and you buy this album for 15 euros, or you buy the LP, because we got an LP with clear blue and another one with black, and there are 10 songs which are, every song is very, very good, and so it's fucking value for money. Be proud on this album. It's great sound. Now, in my opinion, a power metal album should sound. It's a very good production by Seb, and it's a great cover artwork, and I think you get value for money on this.
3 words to describe Torian.
Powerful, thunderous, catchy.
Festival or small intimate gig?
Festival. Yep.
Vinyl or digital?
Buy the records, man. Buy the records,
right.
Of course.
Oktoberfest or Wacken?
Wacken.
Bratwurst or beer?
Beer.
Orden Ogun or Accept?
Oh, that's hard. Oh, dude. Now, 30 years ago, Accept. But in now in this year, 2018, Orden Ogun.
Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Yeah, please buy the album of this band, buy the merchandise of this band, and to the organizers or agencies, book this band. You get a live show and you get everything by. Just support this band. I think we earned this because we are working hard, but we have fun, and we want to make a party with you, each of you. This is Carl, and you're listening to the Metal Gods Meltdown.